News Detroit. All right, time now is 6:37, and I have a question for you this morning. Will you answer the siren's call this weekend? The tallest, longest, and fastest tilt coaster in North America is opening up at Cedar Point.
I'm getting dizzy just watching this video. This morning, 7 News Detroit got a preview of this much anticipated roller coaster, the Siren's Curse. Check it out.
So we're gonna lock into place.
And then 7, not minutes, seconds.
And here we go! A little bit of air time. Into a barrel roll.
Oh, we gotta try to take a good picture.
That airtime was weightlessness. 7 News Detroit reporter Brittany Toulis, as you saw right there, got a firsthand impression of the ride. She joins us live now from Cedar Point with her take on the Siren's Curse.
How was it, Brittany?
Yeah, Alicia Keenan, if you cannot tell by my hair, that was a wild ride. There were some spins, and the weightless parts, you really do kind of like feel weightless and hover a little bit, but the coolest part was definitely sitting up and waiting for that tilt. You get a gorgeous view of just the park, Lake Erie. I was up there during sunrise too, so park goers, sunset, you can be up there. And after that scary 7 seconds of waiting, the ride is just so smooth. Like I said, it's so fun. And with me, I have people behind making it. First, I have the person behind the construction of it, Dave Evans. So Dave, you said this took you a wildly short amount of time for a roller coaster, 9 months. So tell me about that construction.
Yeah, we broke ground October 1st, so just about 9 months to get it done. And it was a very fast paced, a lot of people involved, a lot of people working here day to day, 6-7 days a week just to make it happen.
Wow. And once again, congratulations. You said you had a baby, basically.
We basically had a baby, that's right.
And so have you ridden it yet?
I have. It's a phenomenal ride. I think the front is great. I prefer the back, but it's definitely a smooth ride.
And not only just the smooth ride, the ride has tons of immersive aspects to it. The story behind the ride, Siren's Curse, is a big part of the ride. It's not just fun, it's a really cool experience. And I have the person behind that with me. This is Clayton Lawrence. And Clayton, tell me about just the name, the story of it. It's right off of Lake Erie, so the siren call is really there.
Yeah, our creative team is committed to creating custom stories for the parks regionally. So we had placed this right on Lake Erie. You could see the lake from the queue, and we decided that we wanted to tap into the lore of Lake Erie and why are you feeling like you need to come to this site. And our story is a quick, easy one. You come into an abandoned freight company that's been sitting here closed off for years. You wander in, you are getting lured towards the station. There's a voice calling to you. You go up the lift and into the tilt, which is a crane, a former crane for the shipping yard. And then you start to realize through a lot audio and lighting on board why you're hanging off the edge of this. You're being called to be cursed.
And so there are even surprises that we can't see from here, because like I said, that tilt is the big draw, but there's a lot of fun stuff along the way. And there's one part that I was really surprised about, that like smoky green part. Tell me about that.
You do go under a tunnel and you do go subterranean, so that's a fun element. That's a surprise. Once you get past the tilt, then the rest of the ride is just full of action-packed elements and of course our tunnel. But we also think that the non-rider is going to enjoy this ride. You can stand right underneath the tilt and get to see everyone's faces as they wait to be released. So this is a great spectator ride and ride.
And where do you sit on it? Do you sit in the front, back, middle? Where are you at?
I got to go my first time today. I rode the back because that's overwhelming. That's the big popular note from everyone coming off of it. But I'm anxious to test. I'll test every seat, but I think the back is going to be the hit.
Yeah, there's definitely not a bad seat in that house for sure, but the back is kind of the general consensus of what I heard too. So I may go back for round 2 and take that back seat just to see, just for the experience, guys. But this opens to the public on Saturday, and I talked with a park manager in the last hour, and she said for park goers, just expect about an hour-and-a-half to 2-hour wait to ride this ride because there's so much hype behind it. It goes up to 160 feet, 60 miles an hour, and lasts for 2 minutes. So a lot of people are going to be on it. So when you do come out, just prepare to wait a little bit, but that wait is worth it, guys. I'm going to send it back to you at the desk. But for now, live at Cedar Point, I'm Brittany Toulis for 7 News Detroit this morning. Alicia and Keenan.
We're proud of you, Brittany.
Yeah, you did a fantastic job with that. And you were, talking the whole way.